Interview Friday on Lunch Therapy. I'm so excited today because I've got the one and only Brian Holtzman, who is a comedy genius. Recently, you might have seen him in the Showtime series about the Comedy Store. He's a 30-year veteran of the comedy scene, and he is also somebody who's like super right in there with like the most modern forms of comedy. He has his own show. He was a co-host on Dead Air podcast. He appeared in Kill Tony, and now he's got his show called The Brian Holtzman Presentation. So I want to just get right into this thing. Lunch Therapy Interview Friday. I see people are here. Let's go with this thing. All right, how's my third eye treating me? Quite well, thank you very much. I hear if you tap right here, all kinds of wonderful enlightenment occurs, so maybe I'll have to do that because I'm going to be challenged today because I got Brian Holtzman. He's got Frontier Internet, which sucks apparently, and we're going to see if we can work through this baby. I think you'll be able to hear him. I think I got a red mark on my head from doing that. That's pretty cool. That must mean that there's some energy flowing. Hello, Lauren Wesley Ackerman, all the way from Illinois. Hello, all. Apparently, Chuck Goldsmith is on a plane. He's been waiting for this for months now for me to have Brian on the show. So, God, I hope he gets some internet up there. Damn it, there's a hole in my screen. Shit. Oh, from doing this. Yeah, sorry about that for all your screens out there. Let's do this thing, Marshall. Howard Aronin, Comedy Genius, is here as well. We've got the fire going. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths because I'm going to need them. When I said that I had Brian Holtzman on the show, Cynthia Levin said, "Good luck, Joel. Good luck." In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. I hear we're supposed to do 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, or actually 5.5 seconds in, 5.5 seconds out. So let's try it. Hold it. Let it go. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to bring Brian on. I'm going to show a little clip, first of all, from him at the Laugh Factory. So let's get this thing going. Interview Friday. Brian Holtzman. Should have gone with the brass. Should have gone with the brass. Don't know. Not sure. Anyway, let's go.
Now they're gonna make the seats even closer together. You know, why don't they just fucking pull all the fucking seats out? Pull all the fucking seats out. Pull the fucking shit houses out, the galleys, pull it all out. And just walk the heavier people in first. Lay them down and just start stacking motherfuckers on the plane. Stack them, stack them, stack them, get in! If you get thirsty and you want a Coke, they open a Coke and they shake it up and they spray it. If you have to piss and shit, you should have done it at LAX. It's like the Tokyo subway, you know, when they're closing the door and they gotta push you in. Yeah, can you paint? Do you see the picture I'm trying to paint? Smile, they might take you serious. Anyway, you're in there, you want a Coke, they pour a little in a cup. Look at me. Give me the whole fucking can! I'm overweight. Give me the whole fucking can, you flying bitch! Are you the Coke accountant for this flight? And the security, now the security. The security, they just keep ratcheting it up and ratcheting it up and ratcheting it up. There should be 2 airlines. People who want to feel safe and people who want to take a chance and just get the fuck where we're going. We're going to Las Vegas on Southwest. It's a 45-minute flight. I got an 8-ball of Coke and 2 horses at the Mirage. I want to get the fuck out of here. I'll take a fucking chance. Start this motherfucker up and let's go.
All right, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Holtzman. Oh my God, Brian. Whoa.
Can you hear me?
Welcome to Lunch Therapy. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
I just love this virtual reality. I just can't get enough of it. Jeez.
Oh, God. Yeah, my assistant, Boney, he loves that too. He's just always in that thing. I can't get him out. It's better than reality, I think.
I'm watching the old man and young woman porn. You know.
I enjoy that so much, especially in the virtual reality room, because, hey, it's great to see you. Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be seen. Thanks for having me on the show. Who's your musical director?
Boney is his name. He's a skeleton. He runs the boards and he does all the music. Why, you got some great thing to say about him? Because he'd love to hear it.
Yeah. My mother always said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, one of our chat room people says, you look crazy, Brian. You look crazy.
So do you. So do you.
Like you have a giant pill on your face. She doesn't know about this stuff, but she loves your shirt. She loves your shirt. The chat room loves your shirt. So I don't know if anybody out there has seen the Comedy Store documentary. I think a lot of people have. Brian is featured so well in that video. Brian, you've been a veteran comedian for like 30 years, right? Well, you've been a veteran comedian.
1988.
1988 is when you started?
That's right.
This is weird because you came from Northern California, right? Is that where you came from? Did you grow up there?
Originally from Long Island.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, what's going on? Because it doesn't seem like this guy is from Northern California. Did you grow up in Long Island?
Yes.
Yeah. Were you a comedian in school, or were you a crazy, wacky kid?
No, I wasn't a comedian, and I'm not sure I am now until 1988.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Did you move out here to Los Angeles or down here? Because you went to Northern California first, and you went down here, right? Did you come here to be a comedian, expressly to be that?
I came here to go to the Comedy Store so they could tell me I wasn't funny and I could go on with my life.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that they told you were funny.
Too, and that didn't happen. So from 1989 to today's date, I've been doing this comedy business.
God. So Mitzi picked you right out, right? And you came there, did a few sets, and
Yes.
she was like, "That's my man, Brian Holtzman. Put him up there every night." Was she just totally psyched about you when you started out?
She spoiled me. Completely spoiled me every night of the week. It couldn't get any better. It could only get worse. Every single night of the week. And there I was. And here I am today.
Did you have the same kind of style of comedy? Like we just saw a clip there from the Laugh Factory. Did you have that?
Yes.
Yeah. Were you angry from the start? Are you an angry person, or do you just like to be angry on stage?
I like to get my point across.
You do. I love a comedian with a good point of view who just gets behind it and pushes. And that's what I feel like you do, you know. And do you feel like you have to get your audience to understand you? Or what is your kind of point of view with you, relationship between you and the audience?
They need to get me.
They need to get you.
I can't figure out them. And if they don't, they don't.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's for comedy for people who get it. It's
Yeah.
comedy for people who think it's funny. And if you don't think it's funny, that's fine.
Yeah.
But that's not on me.
No.
That's on you.
Yeah. You go see the comedian you want to see. There are other ones out
You can
there.
make everybody laugh, or you can make the people laugh who get it.
Yeah. I got a clip here from somebody who gets it, and that's Andrew Dice Clay. I want to talk to you about that. Put on your
goggles back on.
Put your goggles back on. This is gonna be dangerous. No, this is Andrew talking about you.
If Holtzman is on in the original room, I go and I watch him. Of course, he's so off the cuff. I really love it.
Sure enough, Brian. Good luck.
All right, that's a clip from the Showtime comedy store show.
That was Joey Gaynor, right?
That was Joey Gaynor. That so Andrew Dice Clay, were you friends with Andrew back in the day, or because you guys are kind of a little similar?
Just acquaintances at the club.
Do you because a lot of people like we had Stephen Allen Green on the show last week, and he was talking about how Andrew Dice Clay was sort of had a character that he was playing when he was on stage. And then his actual real persona, and then off stage he would play that character as well, but it was sort of like different from his actual natural persona. Do you think that you have a character when you're on stage, or do you think you're just like that all the time?
I think I'm not as I don't talk like that I don't go around CBS screaming at people about not getting a Coke, but it's one and the same. I'm not in a costume per se,
Yeah. You're an actor as well, right?
Oh yes, an award-winning actor.
You were on a sitcom for a while, right, with Damon Wayans?
I have 3 Emmys. I was on a daytime soap opera. I was a character named Butch, and I had love interest with all the ladies on the soap opera for many years. I I've been nominated for an Oscar for my portrayal in the Chucky, Bride of Chucky.
Bride of Chucky, yeah, that was a classic
That was
performance. Were you the bride of? Were you the bride
Joel,
of Chucky?
that was a good movie, and you know it was.
You know it was. I just haven't gotten around to seeing it yet. But
I've been nominated for 3 or 4. I can't even keep track. Screen Actors Guild Awards, and so yes, I'm a very accomplished actor. And what I'm doing now is I'm doing what a lot of Hollywood types do.
What?
They lie their
fucking asses off. That's
I
your
got
resume.
this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I got this, and I got this, and I'm doing this. You don't have shit.
Do you ever feel like that when you meet somebody or you're at a party or something like that and you're talking to somebody and you're supposed to fucking tell them the most exciting fucking thing in the world, and if you don't, you're a loser? That's the way I feel sometimes.
You know, they have a business card, and it says writer, producer, actor, electrician, truck driver. You know, how can you be all those things in one person, you stupid ass? I'm a writer. Show me the book. Show me the book. Show me the book.
Don't you feel like though we kind of have to do that now, because like who's going to advocate for you other than yourself, you know?
Yeah, it's too much.
It's too much.
Oh, I have something I want to read for you. Hold on.
Oh, good. Thank God. Let's see what the chat room is saying here. His accident, Bride of Chucky. Yeah.
I have a couple of sayings that I think your audience, where are my glasses? Are going to just, here it is. There's 5 of them. You want me to read 5?
I do. If I could,
They're
I'd put them on the
short.
screen.
They're very short.
I love that kind of thing. Let's do it.
When there is no envy, jealousy, comparison, and competition within you, you can focus your full capabilities on doing what is needed. Unbelievable.
I like that.
I laminated it.
I would love to have my own laminated version of that, and I would love to put it on the screen. Can you put it on the screen? Oh, it's hard, isn't it? Because you're like going right, and it's actually left. Oh, there it is. Oh, you did laminate it. Could you read it again? Because I want to make sure I get this. Because I really liked it.
When there is no envy, jealousy, comparison, and competition within you, you can focus your full capabilities on doing what is needed.
I love that. You know, I always like to say, comparison is the killer of joy.
And that's what social media is. Social media makes you depressed.
Makes you nuts, doesn't it? I feel like I'm so compulsive about it, and I know it, and I get up in the morning and I look at it, and you know, part of it is part of our job, but it also it kind of erodes you a little bit because it's just designed for comparison. Tell me another one.
Now this one, number 2, could be a little bit uncomfortable for some of your listeners. This has to deal with love.
All right, great.
And by speaking about love, it might get in the way of your hatred for yourself and for your fellow community members. So I'm sorry. I'll just apologize. We're going to be talking about love here.
Yeah.
For most people, love means you must do what I want. No. Love means they can do what they want and we still love them.
Oh, wow. Wow. I'm going to give that one an applause. That's a really good one. Yeah, a lot of times people don't realize love is an action that you do, that you are, you know, somebody doesn't have to prove themselves for your love. Love is everywhere. And some even say enlightenment, you know, people talk about being enlightened, which is kind of a state of pure joy and bliss, is actually just love. Unfettered love for everyone and everything.
A lot of married couples, particularly the male, when he marries a woman, he treats her like a possession.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to be treated like a possession.
Nope.
He'll separate the woman from her friends, her community. He'll move her out of town. He'll lock her up in her house. and she will rot. So you got to watch out for that.
You know, men and women. Happens
Yes.
to men too. Yeah, you got to watch that out. You know, these are the kind of things that I think they should teach us in high school, because we end up going out and learning them the hard way. And if there's some way that they, you know, in high school they taught us like stupid shit that I don't remember a lot of it. Some of it's just funny stories. But if they could have taught us about interpersonal relationships with people and told us things like this, just as simple as that, we wouldn't have made a lot of mistakes in our lives. Because sometimes we do that to other people too, you know? We squash other people because we don't understand what love is, or we don't understand how to have a relationship. You know, we all have our first relationships when we come out of high school or in high school or something like that. And usually we fuck it up royally. And part of the reason is because we don't understand. We don't understand what love is. We don't understand what this stuff is. So thank you, Brian Holtzman. I hope there are some young people out there listening to this show. Tell me another one. Uh-oh. We got the guest has muted himself thing. What did you do last time to stop the guest? Because I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you. I need this information too. Let's see what the chat room's saying. Forgive and love yourself first. Yeah, it's doing that weird guest has muted themselves. I think Brian relates to Dylan Thomas. Yeah, that's good. That's Sven de Kock from, I'm vamping here while we figure out our audio issue. I'm not really. I'm looking at what Sven de Kock is saying all the way from Belgium. He is saying that Brian relates to Dylan Thomas. I think this is good. Oh, I still can't hear you. You could go out and come back in, and I can show some great pandas while you do that. Okay, good. He's coming back. He's going to be coming back. This is really interesting because this is the kind of stuff I love on this show, where we talk about some meaningful stuff. And Brian, I'm going to show you Brian talking about Seinfeld here, because this is funny.
Jerry Seinfeld's a great comic. Any Jerry Seinfeld fans here? I wish Jerry Seinfeld would just tell a dick joke. That'd be the best dick jokes ever, because he's a fucking great comic. It's like, how could you not tell a dick joke, Jerry? Who are these people? Who are these people? I don't know who they are, Jerry! I know the people I work with and a few friends from high school. I don't know anybody else. Why does the hair stick to the shower tile in the shower? I don't know, Jerry, and I don't give a fuck.
All right, Brian's still working on getting here. Let's see what Lauren said here. Love is art, and art is love. Let each other create their own masterpiece. It is then we can appreciate all beauty. I like that. Let's go back. I appreciate Kamala's writing down the quotes that Brian's given us. Hopefully Frontier is not going to screw us up, but I do have some capybaras because there was a request from the audience for capybaras. So here we go. Here are some capybaras. Swimming capybaras. I know that everybody in the audience loves.
Capybara are one of my favourite animals to
that.
work with. They're the world's largest rodent, but they're
World's
amazing to
largest
work
rodent.
with. They've got incredible personalities. And
Look at that. So these are some capybaras. They are at the Auckland Zoo. And one of the things that I really enjoy are capybaras. I hear that they can swim, and look at them. They do it. Still waiting on Brian, but there's some really cool other stuff that I want to show you while we're waiting for him to come back. One is this. We had this guy on the show playing the other day, and it's just Gorgeous music. That's his son Q. He plays the hand pan, and he also, the other day when we had Harlan Gleason on the show, he was playing these water drums that he made. Because, you know, the internet can be a stressful place. I'm just checking to see if we got any word from Brian. And, oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Yes. All right, that's been Sun Q. And now back to Brian Holtzman.
Am I back?
You're back. So happy to have you back.
I got a phone call while I was on
you
this.
did.
So maybe that's what did it.
That's probably it. It muted
But I
it.
have to keep it. I can't put it in airplane mode or else I'll lose you, right?
It's okay. We managed. Yeah, you probably,
All
if you
right.
put it in airplane mode, it would probably screw us up. Okay, we have 3 more laminated cards, I believe. Because we're really, I mean,
Yes.
this is really good shit. All right, I'm ready.
Number 3.
Number 3.
So let's recap.
Oh, I've actually, Kamala, transcribed what you said.
Very good.
When there is no
Very good.
envy, jealousy, comparison, and competition within you, you can focus your full capabilities on what is needed. That's good. And then what's the other one? The other one is this one. For most people, love means you must do what I want. No, love means they can do whatever they want and we still love them. So good. So good. All right, let's go with 3.
Number 3. For a person who is not focused on profit alone, there is no loss, just twists and turns of life's adventure.
Oh,
Once again,
yeah.
for a person who is not focused on profit alone, there is no loss, just twists and turns of life's adventure. And unfortunately, everything is based on profit. And that's why you have what we have today, I believe.
I believe so too. And that's one of the things that infuriates me about society right now, that all of our value, it seems to be pointing towards whatever the bottom line is. And that's not what's valuable in life at all. And we don't, we realize that too late. A lot of people realize it too late, and they put all this importance on this stuff. For a person who's not focused on profit alone, there is no loss, just twists and turns of life's adventure. Do you ever find yourself, though, just kind of like having to pay the bills and then just being like really kind of stressed about it?
No, I'm not what do they call it? Minimalist.
Yeah. You're not a minimalist.
I'm not, but I'm pretty damn close to it. I get my TV off the antenna.
Yeah.
I don't, I've never bought a brand new car. I've always bought previously owned vehicles. I don't mind Craigslist. I buy things on Craigslist that I need. Sometimes I go to Salvation Army. I don't need a lot of stuff. So they say the man that's the happiest man is the man with the fewest possessions.
Gandhi only had his glasses and a bowl and some sandals. Yeah, and also I've heard it said, and this seems to be true, you don't own your possessions, they start to own you, because you have to, like people with 3 houses and they have to take care of their 3 houses, or people with all these cars, you start to be a servant to your possessions. And people just buy into this idea that they have to have this particular, and Los Angeles is very much like that, where, you're afraid to like walk somebody to your car if you don't have the, fanciest car there is, because for some reason it's a reflection on you. which I think is actually just a con job. You know,
Yeah.
what's the? Oh yeah. I think we as society have to say no to that, though. We have to stop getting involved in that bullshit. You know, it's up to us.
It's yeah, everybody has to come along at their own pace. You know, people are much like the wildebeests when the wildebeests are crossing the river.
How are they?
What's that?
How are the wildebeests when they're crossing the river?
They're just following one another.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like lemmings.
They want to be part of the herd. They want to.
Yep.
You know.
I think also it's a.
Don't get me wrong. I like nice things, but
sure.
How many people have you talked to in your life, and the happiest day of their life was the day that they didn't have any more car payments?
They say that about boats too. Boats, like the happiest day is when you sell it.
So,
yeah.
I realize some people who have to travel a long distance, they really can't get maybe a secondhand car. They can't get a $3,500 car. They may need to get an expensive car if they have a lot of commute. Mm-hmm. So I understand but it's just like you said, you know, it's all what you want to pay for. You can have it all, but be prepared to have a lot of bills.
Be unhappy. You know, they say there's like a sweet spot too of like the amount of money that people make, and the happiness, being happy is somewhere like between $80,000 a year and $120,000 a year. Those are the happiest people because they have enough, but they don't have so much that they're feeling like, you know, they live in excess just for the sake of being excessive.
Right.
All right. What's the next one?
Number 4 is, if you are too serious about everything, you will only know thoughts and emotions. You will not know life.
Whoa.
If you are too serious about everything, you will only know thoughts and emotions. Wow. You will not know life. And that's like, I think that's how wildlife live, right? Thoughts and emotions, as opposed to, you know.
Right. Because it's all just the brain, just reaction and instinctive. Matt Wright says, when I was touring, Matt was in the band Gas Huffer, which is a very popular band, but underground punk band. When I was touring, it was all, yeah. Oh yeah, these guys, you have to check them out if you don't know Gas Huffer. But anyway, he says, when I was touring, it was all about keeping the nut as small as possible so I could be free to skip town for 6 weeks and still pay rent. Yeah, I think that's true. That's like your freedom.
Yeah, I know some people, they have to make at least $250,000 a year just to keep the house and the lifestyle.
Yeah. Running on the treadmill, running on the gerbil, the hamster wheel. That is a lot of beans.
That's a lot of shows.
And also you're kind of dependent on people that way too, like dependent on your livelihood, whether you're in sales or whatever you do, real estate, or whether you're a lawyer or whatever. Okay, so there's the transcription. If you're too serious about everything, boy, Kamala's really transcribing these well. You will only know thoughts and emotions. You will not know life. Holy shit.
And the last one.
Yes.
The last one, number 5. This one is probably for everybody. Everybody, whether it's Hollywood and show business or business, anything. And this one hits home. This is probably my favorite. Okay. Our passions can turn into poison if we become resentful when they are not being fulfilled.
Wow. Whoa. Oh, man, these are like mind-blowing, man. Like,
That's everybody in Hollywood.
yeah, totally. Where are you getting these words of wisdom? Sadhguru, that guy. Yeah, he's something else. I know Sadhguru.
I got an app on my phone.
Yeah.
And every day he gives you a different little novelty. And these 5 was so cool that I just had to make copies and laminate them. But every day.
So important. You have to remind yourself of these things because you can get caught up in the noise. I want to ask you a couple of things here. Sadhguru, yeah. My mother-in-law is Indian from the southern part of India, as I believe Sadhguru is from. And she sends things every once in a while that he says, because he's a very wise man. If you haven't checked out Sadhguru, he's got a YouTube channel as well. And there's just all kinds of wisdom on there. Howard Aronin is asking you, who are your best friends in comedy? Like, who are your people?
Marilyn Martinez, but she's dead. James Tripp, I knew from Cynthia Levin, I talked to about comedy. Yeah. See, it's hard to talk to people about comedy if you're not on the same level they are.
Yeah, I'm sure. Cynthia,
So
Cynthia was the one who introduced me to comedy. I went to see a friend do comedy, and I was like, I would really like to do this as well. And she said, well, you're going to have to call my friend Cynthia Levin. And so Cynthia, I went and took classes from her in a garage down the street at Adam Barnhart's house that he was living in. And we've had a relationship. We've known each other for, I don't know, how long now? 15 years, something like that. She's been a real godsend. Yeah.
Yeah, I only talk to certain comics about comedy.
Yeah.
Harris Pete, Jeff Richards, Adam Bernhardt, you know, I used to talk to Marilyn Martinez. She really, she had a similar type show, you know. She said whatever she wanted to say, and she didn't care what anybody thought.
Mm-hmm.
She was very brave, and
that's great. Now, I would like to ask you this. Recently, you moved to Austin, right? For a while?
I rented a room in Austin. I lived there for 7 months. Yeah.
Was there a movement to move to Austin away from Los Angeles, or what was going on with that? Because people were telling me about that, but I'm just so not in the know that I didn't really know what was going on. Was there some kind of movement?
Well, if there was no COVID, I wouldn't have gone.
Oh, really?
I went because there was COVID-19 and the Comedy Store was closed. And so I just figured I'd go on a road trip. At the time, I was doing Dead Air with Red Band.
Yeah.
And I didn't want that podcast to go away. So that was part of my reason.
He moved there too? Like Joe Rogan moved there, and he moved there, and a lot of other people were moving there. And so you wanted to do that podcast, and so that you had to kind of go with that too.
And it was an adventure for me because, like I said, nothing was going on in Los Angeles. So I said, what the heck?
Yeah. You're not a traveling comic usually, right? You usually stay in Los Angeles and just work the store. Isn't that right?
Right. Yeah, because I've always had a day job.
Yeah.
So plus my act, you know.
You've always had a day job through this whole thing?
Yeah, I just left it about July 20th.
And what did you do for your day job?
I was my last position was animal control officer in the police department in Manhattan Beach.
Oh my gosh, really?
Parking enforcement and animal control. I did that for 15 years. That was my last job. Before that, I worked for United Airlines for 17 years. I was at the Comedy Store working every night. I didn't need to go anywhere.
Yeah. What did you
I was
do for
completely
United Airlines?
ground support.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you separate those two? That's one of the things in my life that's always been difficult. I have a day job and then I have my art, and they kind of I kind of battle with it a little bit. And maybe I need to read some more laminated quotes, but it's a kind of a struggle. But I've always wanted that some kind of security, so somebody couldn't tell me how to be. And maybe that's a kind of a weird attitude that I had that kind of made my life split like this.
It was too comical. After a great show at the Comedy Store, I'd go to work the next day. Oh, I don't need this job. I want to get this job. I got to leave this job. And then after a bad show at the Comedy Store, I'd go back to my job the next day. Thank God for this job. Thank God for this job.
Yeah, I get a little like that. I totally get like that. That's the way I get. Yeah, which is just.
But I lived right next to Pink Dot on Sunset Boulevard. The building is gone now.
Oh, that apartment there? That was there?
I used to come. Yes.
You used to live there, really?
I used to come home from work, park the car, walk down to the comedy club.
Ah, that's so awesome.
And then run down to the Rainbow afterwards.
I used to live on Harper, which was down the street from the Comedy Store, and I would go to the potluck, and I'd put my name in, and then I'd go back and watch TV because they put a list up, and then I'd go back. And that was a great time living off the Sunset Strip there. That apartment, though, was kind of a... What was it like living in there? Was it falling apart? What happened to that place?
It was debauchery.
It was
complete
totally,
debauchery.
I'm sure. Wasn't there a house somewhere where all the comics lived that was like up the hill or something like that?
Yeah, that was called Crest Hill. That was above the Comedy Store.
And I heard that was just like debauchery.
Mitzi owned the building, and she let the comics live there. And, yeah, it was something else.
Yeah.
So today, since I took care of business, I can, I don't have to do anything I don't want to do.
That's great. That's a great place to be. So you moved to Austin, and what was the Austin like? I'm just curious.
My God. I found a room to rent with an Indian family.
Mm-hmm.
I had the old top of the building, the top floor with my own bathroom.
Yeah.
And I was here in LA, over in Carson, checking out the Goodyear blimp, and I get a call from this guy from Austin saying, "You're still interested in the room?" I said, "Sure."
Yeah.
So I drove out there, and there was a beautiful Indian family, a mother, her daughter, and her daughter's kid, and me. And and a chihuahua and a cat.
Really? And, so you had like a whole family.
Oh yeah, I missed it. I mean, I miss him. She even gave me a key and told me you can come back anytime and visit.
Oh, that's
I used to walk every day. I did comedy shows. I did the podcast.
Yeah.
And it was a very successful trip. The only thing was I was looking forward to maybe get on the Joe Rogan Experience, but that didn't happen. But that may happen in the future.
Yeah, I think you're going to be on that for sure, if you haven't already. I think. Wow. I mean was okay. What was the comedy scene like there? Was it? You seem like such a. I just want to say, you seem like such a soulful, thoughtful person. How do you do things like? They have these like comedy roasts now, and they do, everybody roasts each other. How do you put those things together in your mind? How do you participate in those things and be such a soulful, thoughtful person? Like, do you compartmentalize that, or is it like something where everybody's just in on the joke?
I haven't done any roast battles.
You haven't? Well,
no.
Okay, so you don't participate in those.
No.
Okay. What do you think about that comedy form?
Oh, that's fine. That's just another avenue for people to get on stage.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about stage time. It's all about stage time. It's all about getting up in front of people. And and the audiences seem to enjoy it.
Yeah, they seem to love it. It seems to be a very popular thing. What about that show Kill Tony that you've been on a couple of times? That's not like a roast thing, but that's more like a comedian comes up and does like a minute, and then you guys talk about it and interview him. That's really fun.
And that's a very successful. He's got what you call a juggernaut.
Yeah, he really does.
It's a juggernaut. Yeah.
Do you think that comedy is evolving in many different ways now? Because maybe partially because of COVID, but also because it's just finding new ways of doing comedy. Do you think that that's ramped up now from what it has been in the past?
I think it was taken off before COVID-19.
It was, wasn't it? Because they had Kill Tony and they had some other interesting roast battles and things going on at the Comedy Store.
Oh yeah.
Were they ever doing that back in the day? I mean, back in the 80s and 90s, or was it all just stand-up? Because it's like a different form.
It's a relatively a new form, I think. Roast battle hasn't been, where comics.
That's new, right?
Maybe it's a takeoff. Maybe it's a takeoff of the rap. They used to have some shows on rap where they used to try to out-rap one another.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little like that. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah. But
I got to go back. Oh, go ahead.
I think the biggest thing that's going on with the comedy is people are trying to eliminate words, eliminate opinions, eliminate comedy.
And what do you feel? Do you think that's the death of comedy, or do you think we're going to have to fight to get it back to where it was, because it is so precious and so people are so kind of scared when we can't really have that. But there's
what'll happen is maybe it'll branch off into particular segments where people like that type of humor, Mm-hmm.
But everything's so public now. Everything's so public. Like we're having this conversation.
Well, they only go at, it's like this. If you go to a museum and you don't like a particular painting or you find offensive or a piece of sculpture or artwork, you don't try to close the museum down. You don't try to egg the creator's house or the museum.
But they do it.
You just move on. You just move on to the next painting. You just move on to the next painting. But for some reason, comedy is like it's a free for all. Just if you don't like it, just shut the fuck up.
Don't leave, right? I mean, I think that's probably true.
Are you that sick in the head that you can't? I mean, your whole life is offensive. What are you worrying about a little comedy show? Your kids suck, you suck, your job sucks, your wife sucks, your husband sucks, the ball game sucks, the movie you went to sucks, your house sucks, your neighbors suck, your car sucks, your whole life sucks. So you figure you'll come into a comedy club and take it out on the fucking comedy club or the comic. Get your shit together, clean out your fucking toxic mind and shut the fuck up. I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah.
How stupid are you?
Right.
You got to make fun of people. You got to make fun of people. You got to talk about people. We're people.
Yeah.
What else are you going to fucking talk about?
What else are you going to talk about? Yeah, I know. So I love that. I mean, I hope that I figure it's going to find some kind of ground, because we can't go on like this. We can't go on like this where people are just afraid of getting canceled in any moment.
Unfortunately, Joel, I think it's just it's going to continue to get worse and worse and worse before it gets better. It's just another cycle. My friend tells me this is what the problem is. It's like the civil rights agreements that were in. Now they're trying to take those back. Yeah. And maybe they'll be successful, and then they'll wait to I hate to talk about politics because it's such a rabbit hole.
It is. It really is.
You can't talk to people who have a belief system that will not change, will not, uh, uh, they will not see it any other way than the way they see it. They do not want to admit that maybe they're wrong, or they've been, they can't even agree on facts. And both sides are just as guilty as far as I'm concerned. So what I've done in my life is I don't take sides. And if you don't take sides, you can't lose.
Yeah. Because
You
it's
may
not really
win.
about sides. It's about individual, perceptions that do not get categorized by Democrat or Republican or whatever if you really think for yourself and not
They
just
all have
allow
the
other
same
people to tell you
agenda.
to think. Yeah. Yeah.
They want you mad, they want you pissed off, and they want to make money on that, and they want to sell soap. And
Yeah.
that's all it is. Americans are just big dollar signs. You're a big dollar sign to the dental office. You're a big dollar sign to the health industry, to the cable news industry. You're just a big dollar sign. And they want to piss you off. They want to divide you from your community. They want to fill your head with the things that you want to, hear.
Yeah. That you
And
allow in.
It's sad.
Well, I think it comes around, it comes full circle to what we were saying about comparing ourselves to other people, and as if there's some kind of competition about like who's right and who's wrong. It becomes like a sickness, a disease within the society, just kind of always judging other people to make ourselves feel better. That's not how you make yourself feel better. You have to find yourself
and
another
blaming.
way. Yeah.
And finding someone to blame,
Yeah.
finding a group of people or a race of people to blame,
Yeah.
and then, so we'll just do this then in America. We'll only fix the bridge when the bridge falls down. And that's how we'll do it, I guess. When the bridge falls down, then we'll fix that bridge. And
Yeah.
we'll just go to every bridge when they break, then we'll fix that bridge.
When it becomes
I guess that's how
absolutely
we're gonna do it.
necessary, that's how we're going to do it. Yeah, I know. Instead of actually figuring out a better way. Oh, my God. Okay, now I'm going to have to end the show, unfortunately, but I want everybody to go to the Holtzman presentation. I want you to subscribe to his show because obviously this man has a lot to say. And, what's this?
This is a great book.
Tell me this book. Go to your left. Bring it over to the left. What is it? Now I'm curious. The Baseball 100.
This is a great book.
Yeah. Move to your left. There we go. The Baseball
This is a
100,
great
Joe
book.
Poznansky. Okay. Tell us about it.
This is a great book. It tells you stories about the players and the relationships they had with their fathers. All sorts of great. It's just a great book. If anybody's interested in that.
Okay, cool.
This is my podcast.
There it is. Holtzman presentation. I'm going to put that on the screen. I'm going to go here for a second. And that's what the show looks like. I'm going to bring Brian back on here.
Oh, that's Cynthia.
Yeah, I was watching you with Cynthia and Adam and Kim Diaz on the show. Check that episode out. The Holtzman presentation. Yeah, please go there and see that because this man is, there it is, Holtzman presentation. You just go to Brian Holtzman on YouTube. And you have a Patreon? I'll put that in the show notes. Because
Patreon
definitely
is to help out with the cost of the podcast. I don't have any sponsors.
Yeah. What do you think about
That's
that? Oh, let's see. What's this one? Move to the left. Yeah, Venmo. Okay, I'm going to put all that stuff in the show notes. If you just email it to me, and I'll make sure that everybody can do it because it's too hard to put on the screen. I don't have, I just have Boney here helping me out, and he doesn't type very well. What's that one? Instagram? Move to your left, move to your left.
Yeah.
Left. A little more to the left. There we go. Instagram at Brian Holtzman. That one's easy. That one's super easy. All right, cool. We're going to, what you got now? Move to the left. Facebook, Brian Holtzman.
This is so annoying.
I know.
This is so annoying.
You have to be to the left. Yeah, that's good. I don't like to tell people what to do, but yeah, that's great. Facebook, Brian Holtzman. I love it. Okay, we're going to dance now, and you can show your different things. We're going to do our dance break. It's Adam Pierce doing Holtzman.store. Oh, I've been there. There's some great T-shirts there. You have to go to Holtzman.store. I wonder if I can call that up on the screen. Holtzman.store.com? I don't know. Who knows what's going to come up? You never know. It's just a white screen. Nope. Oh, well, we'll figure that one out. Okay, let's get on to our dance break. We've got Adam Pierce here. He's gonna, you know the band Alice in Chains?
Of course.
Okay,
They
we got
broke up.
Yeah, well, Lane Staley died with a needle in his arm, unfortunately. But we've got a great rendition of one of their songs here by Adam Pierce. Adam Pierce is one of our favorites. He's been
James said.
All right, let's do this thing.
So it's always a challenge to try to nail Jerry Cantrell and Lane Staley harmony vocals.
This is really good.
Also, I'm singing this song a step higher than they do. My voice is a little more comfortable in that range, and I didn't feel
The
like
harmony in this thing's crazy
because I'm lazy.
Hey, yeah, it goes away. All of this and more, nothing in my life. No colored clay. Individuality not safe. As of now,
That's it.
I bet you got me wrong.
That gets it virtual.
So unsure you run from something strong.
He's back to his virtual porn. Brian, thanks for being on the show today and for your insights into, oh no, what's going on now? He's got some kind of controller. Uh-oh, this could get ugly. All right, this has been Lunch Therapy. Thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll see you on Tuesday.